Oh, uh-oh. Hey, good morning, everybody. Buggy's trying to work out his kinks from his live. Some things you don't show on YouTube. He didn't know. So hopefully he can get that worked out. Maybe he can get it worked out. I don't know. But he's trying to. He's working on it. I don't think he did anything wrong. I think they're just being too picky. Hey, Steele, in you. Good morning. Yeah, I think he's being too picky. You're not him, but whoever the YouTube people are. Ah, Kugana. You know, I said, hello, Steele. Shoma. Hello. Oh, did you watch the ads? You didn't have to, but thank you. Yeah, he didn't know. Hey, Jerry, good morning. Hey, Nubby. Tim, yep. Buggy got the boot. They done to him what they done to Ernie, and I knew something was going to happen. Merry Christmas to you, too. Happy holidays. Yep, yep. Yeah, he got the boot. And what's bad is he never set a price, never tried to sell it, but he showed it. And it's just not it's not right because they have tons of videos out there of them shooting animals, shooting them, showing them on their hips and stuff, and they don't get shut down. But all he did was just raise it up, showed it, said what it was, and set it back down. That's all he did. Hey, Serena, good morning. Yep, Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays. Christmas is coming up, and it's coming up fast. I was curious about the title. Yeah, there's some things on YouTube you don't show because they will shut you down just like that. But he said the emails didn't say it was a strike. It was a warning, and they just took it off and explained why. And I figured he can go back live. I don't know if he tried or not. Oh, look there. I can't do that. You give the little hearties, how you do that? I can't, my fingers don't do that. Comes out looking like a fish mouth or something. But yeah, there's some things you just don't show. And it just goes to show you, man, the every live stream has been monitored. Every live stream being monitored. So you want to watch what you say, watch what you show, watch what you do. Ugh. And in Buggy's defense, he didn't do anything wrong. He did not do anything wrong. How was Sharina this morning? Uh, I'm sorry you said it a million times, but what? Buggy showed his pew pew on his live. And that's all he did was show it, his firearm, and he shouldn't have done that. But he didn't know. Uh, yep. Oh, happy Wednesday. It's hump day. But yeah, he didn't know on his behalf. He didn't really know. Uh, I did that on Ernie's one night, on Ernie's live one night, and when I showed mine, they shut him down. Rat Rod, remember for 19 months. Awesome, thank you, brother. And it shut Ernie down for 7 days. YouTube did locked his account up for 7 days. That's why I told people about a year ago when they come out with their new guidelines, you got to read the guidelines on StreamYard. You got to read the guidelines on YouTube. They changed that policy on YouTube where you're not even supposed to show it. But then they contradict themselves and they allowed people using them on YouTube, show having videos and stuff on there and everything. And and it's just not. I don't know. It's just it's not right. People are out hunting using them and shooting a deer with it, showing it, and they shut them down. Terry B, there's Filipina. Hello, Philip. How you doing? But hopefully he can get going back. Uh, we'll see. Aloha, Merry Christmas, my friend. Enjoy. You too. You too. Yeah, they hey, JD Power and Associates. Good morning. Yeah, they get strict and they're picky. They pick and choose. I got a few shooting bids up. I took down the live rank video though. It's okay. Cookie. Yana. Uh, yeah, I think I got some of my earlier videos. It might be on the other channel I used to have of me reviewing those things and putting a review on them, live fire testing. Yeah, Terry, that's what gets me is they got all these hunting videos out there, people shooting deer and hogs and coyotes, and I'm like, you're not shutting them down. Why are you shutting somebody that just showed one and put it back down? I guess because it's a video and it's not a live feed. I don't know, but it's from YouTube, not StreamYard, YouTube side of it, and it's like it's ridiculous. So hopefully he can get it figured out. And I told Curtis to tell him that if he can get it figured out and go back live, we'll all run over there, show our support for him. Type in the rules for it and read it. Yep, all you gotta do is read the guidelines. You go on your homepage on YouTube, you pull up the guidelines, you can read the guidelines. Yeah, about like anything else, you need a lawyer to read it for you where you can understand it. Didn't want them to assume, yeah. Yeah, some things are just you just don't show or do or say. And it leaves you like on a thumbnail, how, why, when and where, How come? What did I do wrong? But Buggy's a smart guy. He'll figure it out. He's supposed to be talking to somebody from there. Yeah, there's a lot of people, they don't read the guidelines and stuff. Even when I go fishing and I got mine on my hip, I have it covered up because YouTube is finicky about that. And all it takes is it shows that they monitored the lives and everything, and that's weird. Or somebody will turn you in. Don't make sense, but I was under the impression that you couldn't try to sell it or name a price. But it states you can't even show, handle it, or nothing. So if y'all are not, you're doing YouTube, please always read the guidelines for YouTube on what you can and cannot do because they change it all the time, all the time. Other than that, how's everybody doing this morning? Christmas is almost here. Oh, I got some gifts I got to wrap for the grandbabies. Yes, Mr. Rusty, you got that right. Yeah. That's why I always say when people start talking about this stuff, I say, hey, you need to read the guidelines on that. Don't want to see you get in trouble. Getting ready to do some more pickling for presents. Pickling. Yep, Christmas is soon. You got that right, Filipino. It's coming up soon. Trina's, yep, it's weird, but a couple of my shorts were taken down for violence. I was holding my fish out and it supposed to look like I was shooting it, holding it in that way. Yeah, it makes no sense. Yeah. They just, the YouTube rules are written in pencil so they can change when they want. That's true. Erasable ink. Yeah, they can do what they want. They own the platform. But I think they got a lot of people up there with no sense. I mean, just no common sense. Because what he done, he didn't do nothing bad. But backlash, time to shut the stream down. Backlash is here. Yeah. Or it all gets backlashed up, huh? Man, I don't know. Hopefully he can get it worked out. Ever seen that invisible ink? Well, I drank some wax. Yeah, I've seen some before. Backlash saying hi to everybody. Filipino said, Backlash, hiya. I'm at the doctor's office waiting to be seen. Well, they see you. If you're sitting in there, they see you. What more do you want? Hey, there's Gray Wolf. Good morning. Yeah, they see you. They're probably were looking like, well, we see him. What else can we do for him? What else he want? I'm out now. Backlash is here. I'm laying on the couch. Well, don't go any further than that. Russ, did you see my comment about YouTube? No, I must have missed it. What was it? Redo it. It's like, here's a word for those who carry them on their hip. Put your shirt over it. YouTube frowns on that. All it takes is one person and they'll shut you down. You have every right to have it. But YouTube's policy says they don't like it. So we're going to keep doing YouTube, keep it covered. They censored it. They censored what? I mean, I carry mine sometimes, especially if I'm going fishing in some off the way, out of the way places, but I keep it covered up. Don't need somebody reporting me. I don't need them to think I'm doing anything. They censored his comment. What? Well, I hate to do this because it's going to put my screen down. Let me go back. Gray Wolf, Ernest. Gray Wolf. Gray. Oh yeah, that one you talk about the one where they Uncle Lou got you a number 2. What? You got number 2. Oh yeah. I seen that. I said written in invisible ink. Yeah, I went back, I seen it. What do you mean you got a number 2? What, pencil? Hey, Babaloo. Well, they always censor my comments, but I don't really care. Oh, there's some comments you make that should be censored. Nah, I'm just kidding. What's up, Babaloo? Hope life's been good for you, buddy. Okay, Uncle Lou and Backlash here. Really, time to shut down. Yeah, what gets me is that they leave the live running. They kick where everybody else that's in the chat side cannot see. It shows that it's ended or whatever. But when you're up there, like me, Curtis, and Buggy was up there, it was still recorded. It was still showing live. Aaron B said, "Thank you for going live this morning, Mr. Rustic." Ah, you're welcome. We was over on Buggy's, but man, it just sucks what happened. Backwash, hair, backlash. Backwash, backlash, as long as you call him. You feeling any better, Backlash? Kicked myself in the backside. I should have called, checked on you. It didn't even dawn on me. Did y'all watch Arnie Steele late last night, that big buck come in there? He kept walking around that pile like he could smell something, sense something. Feel better, have zero energy. That's me all the time. But I did get out yesterday. I walked to the post office because I had no choice. My vehicle, I don't have a vehicle. But it did feel pretty good to get out and walk. I got at least 3 months. I'm gonna try to lose some weight. Because when I go to Indiana up there and pan for gold, I want to have enough energy and be able to bend over and do what I need to do. So I've been exercising a little bit. Got to walk yesterday. What's cold? Wind blowing made it cold, but I seen that Russ something spooked him. Yeah, he kept walking around that tree going back over to eat, but he kept staring at that building Ernie hunts out of. He kept staring at it. Went fishing yesterday, skunk got so winded just casting and had to sit down. Ooh, yeah, gotta go, gotta do that downward thing to keep making me do. See all that. Gray Wolf, you be careful out there. Don't work too hard. Stay warm. And I don't know. Like I've seen people have their videos removed. Uh, uh, my video removed, not mine, but I've seen people had videos removed because they take a fish, just chunk it back out in the water, and somebody reported them for animal cruelty, which that's not right to that animal. You shouldn't do that. I mean, Rusty, I posted a video of Carolina beaver. Did you see it? I got it popped up. I haven't watched it yet. I gotta find food. It's like I got a video on it. I mean, show the fish some respect. I mean, he caught it. You're trying to base your YouTube off of it. Don't just chunk it back in the water like it's meaningless. I mean, release it with some decency, you know. Of course, we've all been guilty of it, even me. I mean, I haven't done it in a very, very long time. I try to release them. Don't want to just chunk them back in the water. No, but I'll watch it. I always watch your videos. Hey, there's Mr. Paul Boyd. Good morning. The deal with my van is that my son works down at Hickman down in Arkansas around Nucor. He works for his company, and they was working on that Nucor building down there or something. And he had his truck parked. What the company that guy was in the truck. He had a long trailer with something on it. He come around. When he did, he didn't go out wide enough. And whenever he turned into my son's truck. The trailer caught it and just ripped the door and the fender and the wheel and just messed it all up. So he's got it in the shop. So he's got my old fishing van driving it back forth to work. That's why I ain't been out fishing. We've had some pretty decent dates. Hey, Billy, good morning. So his truck's in the shop. I don't know how long it's going to be there. Then he's got to get the front end line back up because it messed the front end up on somehow when he grabbed the wheel. The trailer did, and the guy said, "Well, I didn't see it. That was a blind side." Well, Nucor them out there, I think it's Nucor. They're gonna pay for to get it fixed. Hey, there's Scotty. Scotty too hotty. Billy's in the house. Yeah. As long as they pay for it, I'm good. Things I do for my kids. No matter if Daddy got a walk or not, I need to be here. Go right ahead, buddy. Thanks for the live visit the other day, Mr. Billy. You're rich to now. Oh, Billy got a wrench in there. Awesome. Scotty said that worked, so listening. Yeah, I need to. Did you hear about the so they're supposed to change the skipjack limit up there to 100 instead of 500. You can only have 100. Now I have to take a couple people with me want to go help me guess one. My daughter's back. Got my grandson. He's back from that sleep study thing. You tell I'm I hadn't even brushed my hair. This is all natural for me. Scotty said 100 is enough for me. Yeah, I don't know if they do it. I don't think they passed it yet. I don't know why they would, because I'm gonna tell you the commercial guys ain't what's taking all them out. There's the local guys because they're there every single day. Us commercial guys only go once in a while. Them guys are there every single day. Morning, Lisa. He said 100 is enough for me. He's talking about skipjack. Yep. Me, I usually take 14, 1500, and that's it. I don't need anymore. I'm done. That once those are gone, they're gone. It's like I've been fishing up there and people tell, well, they're just not here like they used to be. Well, some of that is true, some of that is not. Uh, for the smaller skipjack, and skipjack eat a lot of minnows, but they prefer that shad. And they will grab that shad. And they eat a lot of minnows. Well, if the shad ain't there like they used to be, the skipjack's not going to be there like they used to be. But they're still there year round around that dam because it's constantly moving water because the skipjack is a fast moving fish. And they can handle that fast moving water. And I tell people all the time, you either got to change your techniques up during the day because I've had to keep catching them, or you have to go deeper during the day because they will move out to deeper waters. In the evening time, they'll move back up. You just got to change it up. Once you find out what they want, you'll start popping them again. They're there. They're there year round. I've caught them year round there. I've went up there and catch them just to go fishing. I heard people say, well, we can't catch skipjack during the winter. Well, I'll call them in January. I'll call them in December. One time in February, he caught them. It was a nice day that day, though. They go shallow at night because they got no eyelids. I'll take two, please. Somebody send that man to skipjack. Can you use skipjack in your area? I don't think so. If you're in South Carolina, you can't use them. I know that. I think you're in NC. Lisa Elliott, how's Aaron still being honored? Skipjack's here, ladyfish. I've never heard skipjack called ladyfish. Don't know, never used. Ain't you you're North Carolina, aren't you? I don't know about North Carolina. South Carolina, you can't use it. It's not native to their water. Around it go. He's good. Good deal. Need to ask him when are we gonna go truck fishing? Not too many places here on this Mississippi River that you can pull your vehicle down to and set in and watch your rods. We don't have them here. You probably can't use them if they're not native to your waters. And on the West Coast, they are like bonito skipjack tunas. That's what skipjack is. It's from the tuna family. Hey, morning, Ernie. Hope that big buck comes in sometime before dark. Keeps showing up way after dark. He was skittish last night. Boy, he was skittish. I sat there and watched. I gotta get me some coffee. I'll be right back. You'll say hi to Ernie this morning. Grandson will be coming here in a minute. Where my shoes? They're laying right there. Snake it a bitchy. Bye, Rustic. Bye, everyone. I have a good day, whatever you're up to. Okay, Philippine. Appreciate you coming in. Hey, there's Leon. Good afternoon to you, Leon. Uh, I guess Buggy's still working out kinks. Hope we don't say nothing to make them mad. But they shut him down permanently. They will do that. Yeah, but I think that sucks. They're going to lower that down to 100. Yeah, I don't think that's right. That they lowered it down to 100. And I'm like, man, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable that they do that. Let's lower the skipjack's the problem. They ain't very many like there used to be. Full crap. There's millions of them in there. Skipjack is a very fast growing fish. They grow fast till they get up to a certain length, and then over time they get bigger. Uh, because they have to grow fast in order to survive. The problem is that they won't do nothing with a daggum Asian carp. They won't go through there and get rid of them so the shad population will build back up. And then when the shad population builds back up, the skipjack move up in there. Oh, I'm keeping pretty good. I'm keeping pretty good. One right there, son. One right here. You have a good day, Bubby. Shut my door. Love you. Yeah. They, I don't know. I just know last year and the year before that, they done a lot of, hey guys come down and take surveys all the time. I know over at Cumberland, they come down there twice. Hey, you caught anything? Yeah. What do you fish for, Skipjack? Uh, and they said, oh, how many you got? Well, ain't been here long, so I got 4. And said they're just not bite hitting right now. And over at Cumberland now, you can change up many times you want to. There's certain periods of time that they'll hit, and that's it. They won't hit anymore. But there's a lot of shad over there at the Cumberland Turk. Hey, Drunken Chef, what's going on? Tapping in to show support. Awesome. Yeah, carp. I guess I've never caught anything on it. I caught one in the net, borrowed Dominic's net, and I caught one in it, swimming real close to the bank. I said, I'm gonna snag that dude. Russ, do you have our sticker? No, I don't have one of yours. Send me an email to outdoorsrustic@gmail.com and your address and stuff, or I'll send you an address and email. And I didn't fish with it. I gave it to Dominic. Dominic cut it up. I think it was going home. It was between 30 to 60 pound blue he caught catfish with it on it. But I've never caught nothing on carp. I've tried. I've got some kids, but 38 pound blue. I knew it was in the 30s. He caught that after I left because I left. It is in my main bio page. All right. Better if you just outdoorsrustic@gmail. Just email me. Hey, I need your address. I got mine from Keno Chris in. I sent him my address. He sent me a Keno Chris sticker. Yeah, got one right there of his, and I got his other one right up there somewhere. I can't go around and look very good, but it's up there. Looks and hammocks. Yeah, oh yeah, like I was saying, they come down there and doing that, and they ask several people stuff like that. I guess that's where they're getting. Well, they're not catching murder Mary. And me and Dominic proved that wrong many times. And we sat there and just kept pulling them out. And said, man, every day was in there thick. And like, I don't know why you're not catching them down yonder, but we're catching the crap out of them. It's all about hitting the right seam. You hit that right seam, you'll pull them out there. But if they go down to 100, I'll check it after the first and see if they've invoked it. If they did, yeah, I'll have to take somebody with me so I can at least bring 200 of them back at a time. There's going to be a lot of time. I'm going to go up there and just catch some enough to go fishing with and just catfish up there. Maybe got you on the laptop while I'm shopping for the Hickland, Mr. Rustic. Johnny Small Pepper. What's going on, Johnny? Y'all want to know somebody crazy? That's Johnny. Johnny Small Pepper. That he is crazy. It's up there. Anybody eat peppers that hot? Why? I got it, chef. Made the record holder it that one. Oh, yeah, yep. I got you. The supposed to be what the world record holder or something like that, and he couldn't even catch one they left. I said hi to that dude. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" And he just did me a smirky look, and I looked up at him. I said, "What the hell we did?" How is the beautiful bride doing? Oh, you talking about his wife? Yeah. How is she doing? She must be doing pretty good. You going out fishing? I seen them fish you've been catching. Everybody in the fishes want to go there. Yeah, that was funny that day. They had that world record skipjack guy that caught that world record. The only reason why it's a world record because you turned it in, nobody else turned it in. I've caught bigger skipjack than that. Hey Denise, quit changing your name, Denise. One more treatment's done. Awesome. Hopefully it didn't get her better, heal her up. Uh, yeah, we're down there catching skipjack. He comes down there and asks Roger how are they doing it and stuff like that. And I'm sitting on the other side of Roger pulling them in 4, 5, 6 at a time. And I couldn't catch a skipjack. He told Roger, I can't catch skipjack, save my life. I didn't know who it was at first, but I thought I recognized him. And then Dominic told me who he was. Rusty, you remembered? Denise cooking breakfast. Awesome. I ain't cooking breakfast. I have been doing laundry though. Yeah. Even gave the man, I didn't. Dominic did. Gave the man the lure, same lures we was all using. And he still couldn't catch fish. The way he smugged up at me and give me that go to hell look, I was like, I wouldn't give that guy nothing. And when I first started skipping, trying to figure out how to catch him, he was one of the guys that I watched his videos on how to catfish Dave. I rag on him all the time. I mess with him all the time. I think it was I told him he never did come talk to me. Uh, I think it was Catfish Dave dropped a video here the other day, and he pulled up this little log bar thing or whatever it was. He was eating toward plastic off of it. Top notch fishing. Yeah, that's it. And he had it like this right here, and he was floating down. He took a bite. He walked back here. It looked like he was going to lay it down in the boat, but then he went like this. He threw the plastic out in the water. The whole thing I could think of was, you know what I mean? I typed in there. I said, "Did you just throw that plastic out in the water?" Didn't care if you caught a fish or not. It's like, you throw that plastic out in the water. What the heck? Denise thinking, "Hey, Grace. Nancy Grace. Good morning. Bacon, sausage, eggs, and cheese croissants." How's Grace this morning? Catching Grace. How are you this morning? Yeah, I couldn't believe I just, man, did you just throw that plastic in the water? He was doing one video, and the Joker never smiled, even no matter how big that fish was. He caught a nice one. I think he caught like a 50-pounder or something. Never did smile. And I typed in there. I didn't comment on the fish or nothing. I just said, "Hey, don't you ever smile and appreciate what you're doing?" Come on. I caught my 50-pounder and I couldn't quit grinning. I was excited. Guess it goes great getting to open up day 17 of the fishing event box. Awesome. I guess it just goes to you catch so many big ones that it don't excite you no more. I don't know. It always excites me. I don't care if that fish is that long or as long as I can reach. I'm always ragging on him. He'll probably come into my eyes one day. "Why do you keep messing with me with my video?" Because I like doing it, buddy. Morning to you. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. She's put the blanket hello for everybody. I get excited every time I catch a fish. Yeah, I see you run to your rods. You like me, giggle like a little schoolgirl. You look like a big old fish. uh, one of those days. One of those days. They said got smoked pork, hawk, and bean soup started in the slow cooker. Okay. Have you ever tried that? What do you call it? 7 or the 9 bean soup. It's got all the different beans in it. I had a bag of it. I said, "Man, I've never seen this before." That's a pretty good sized bag. And uh, I looked it up on a video, and I seen how this one lady on the video she made it. I put it in a pot of water, washed them real good, put them in a pot of water, and they put a plate over them, set out overnight. And that thing swelled up. Man, that thing's look good. Hell yeah, it's great stuff. Yeah, what's it called? 7 or 9 bean soup? 7 bean soup? 7 bean soup. It was good. Rustic, I think I'm going to go crappie fishing today. Woohoo. Man, I need to get back up there and see if I can catch a crappie. I was starting to catch them till the wind changed. Once that wind changed, start blowing into that bank and just shut it down. I was like, wow, I couldn't get another bite. Big Mike. Big Mike catch crappie. He likes catching them crappie. I guess Buggy's still trying to work the kinks out. Oh, I think somebody got a Oh, it's somebody else. Jessica Dumpster Girl. She dropped a video. Yeah, it's still 41. It was 41 when I woke up, and it's still 41 degrees. No keepers on the crappie, huh? And there's your crappie king right there, 351. They say crappie only bite in the spring. No, not true. You know that. You've proven that. I've proven that. You've proven that. There's when it comes time for spawn, you catch bigger ones and better ones. But you can still catch them big ones and quite a few of them. And 351 is the crappie master. He is the whisperer. Don't believe me, go check out his video. He does a good job of catching them. He had a live well, man. They had some nice ones in there. Oh man, they had some nice ones in there. I've got to where if I the biggest crappie I'll keep is 13 inch. I mean, anything on 13 I'll release back because they produce a lot of eggs. I like keeping crappie that's about 10, 11, 12, 12 inch, right in that range. To me, it just seems to be better eating. Got too cold, so I left. All right, Terry. Appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us. Hope you get your pickling done. Yeah, but aren't you in the Carolinas? It's warmer over there than it is here. I have caught them in the spring, and some nice big old black males, man. Big crappie, big crappie. And and then in July, I take the boat out and I go to this one certain spot on our lake up there, and I catch some females, some big females. That's 12, 13, 14 inch, and they would be full of eggs. I'm like, they're almost like a second spawn. They'd be in shallower water, it's warm, and they'd be in there real pretty good. And no, I'm not the crappie king. I caught my share, big crappie. Y'all wait, y'all. I got videos up where I was up there in the spring catching some big black crappie. I mean, I'll do it again. Mike said he's fighting a stomach virus this morning. Oh my goodness. Yeah, get over that pretty soon because you got stomach virus. It's only coming out two ways. Yeah, that other way would make you be doing some high stepping to get somewhere. Yeah, it's going around that time of year. That weather, man, warm up, get cold, warm up, get cold, warm up, get cold. It's wintertime. Stay cold, get it over with. Man, anybody else ever heard of anything about the fishing regulations in your area going to change? I heard across several states there's going to be several regulations changed. Like I've heard that in Tennessee, they was thinking about it, putting it down to 50 skipjack per person. Uh, I don't know how much true that is. That's just a rumor that I heard. I don't go to Tennessee for skipjack very often. Just not. It's not worth a 3 hour drive to go over there for 100 fish. You go over there, uh, you can catch limit out on 100 fish in like 30, 40 minutes. And then you got the 3 hour drive back home. That's 6 hour drive time for 30, 40 minutes of fishing. Mike said it needs to be 25. I don't know why. Over at Pickwick, man, they tear them suckers up. I've tore them up over there. I don't know if they changed it yet or not. I do know that it's in the regulations that they're wanting to. I mean, they might have. I don't know. I need to check it, but usually I don't check stuff like that until I get ready to buy my license, and then I check it, make sure. Yeah, they'd rather reduce the amount of fish that you can have instead of fixing the actual problem. It's cheaper. Don't cost nothing. They don't need 500. We'll just put it down to 100, and we'll just let the problem keep rolling because it costs us money to do that. This way, it won't cost us nothing. Might not cost you nothing, but it's cost the businesses around. That's one thing about Kentucky and the Cumberland over there, the Kentucky Dam and the Cumberland Dam over there is that you get a lot of people from different states come over there and fish for their things. They catch them, take some bait home so they can use them and or whatever. And if they catch 300-400, they won't be back because they got enough to do the rest of the year. Mike says we can't find any here. Go down to Pickwick and catch them. Double J, good moment. Good moment. I'm telling you that the Asian carp eat so much that plankton and algae out of there that the shad's not there. And if the shad's not there, the skipjack is not going to be there. They're going to be where the shad population is. They got to feed. And a skipjack is like a hummingbird. It has a very high metabolism. So they have to eat often. I've caught skipjack, and when I go to use them, cut them open, and out of their bellies be a big wad of minnows, shad in there. They eat. They constantly eat. Mike said it's 4 hours from there. For you, Mike, uh, it would pay for you to drive there if you wanted some, but you'd have to take 2 or 3 people with you to help you get your something built up. Yeah, I know it's 4 hours because it's 7 hours from where I'm at to where you go fishing at up there. Or 6. I can't remember. It's one of the two. I know a lot about skipjack. I've been fishing for them things for a very long time. When they're in there real good, it don't matter what you throw. You just throw it out there and just reel it back in, or just and you'll catch them. When they quit biting or they're not in there at that moment real thick, that's when you got to really work them like any other fish, that you have to work like a bass, crappie, or whatever. But like I said, all through the year, if you find that seam of water that's shooting out around a little jetty or rock edge or whatever, uh, you'll catch them. You might get down there on this one little current seam down from you, and you won't catch nothing. You move 10 feet down or 5 feet down to another one, and you'll pull them out. Double J's in the house. I need to go see if there's any more coffee in there. Mike, don't go nowhere. Rustic is a skipjack king. Mike, don't go nowhere. I'm back. Let me go see if there's any more coffee. I'm gonna tell you something. All right, I'm back. There's no more coffee. Heck of it. Hey, Mike, you still here? Heard the bit of one, ladies. Good morning. Thanks for the live, buddy. Hope everybody has a great day. Merry Christmas. Now, I'll be my brother Billy. Just sub to you guys. Everyone be safe out there. And hey, Grace, appreciate you. They appreciate you subbing to them.
I need your debit so I can put gas in my car. I'm from mom.
Does your mom know about that?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes. I don't think I'm gonna get it. Okay. Love you.
Love you too.
You want me to get in?
Bring my card back. Love you too. Didn't ask for cash. She wanted my card. Big Mike's still here. Big Mike. Big Mike, got something I got to ask you. Well, I need to shave. I guess Big Mike cut out. I'm going to ask him. I heard Dominic can outcast him. I'd like to see that cast off. Get them two fishing beside each other. One cast out, and the other one cast out. Best 1 out of 5 cast each. That'd be pretty cool. Big Mike, by his stump virus, he might have had to run to the bathroom. He high stepping. Just a bit of water, ladies, in the house. I don't know. I don't know. It's something about the weather's around. Like it's 41 out there. Only using 12-foot rods. Best 1 out of 5. You can throw a couple times, 3 times, and rest, and throw a couple more and see who gets the distance. 32 here feels like spring. Yeah, after it being 15, 18 degrees. Hey, Carol, there's my best friend, Carol. What's going on, Carol? That's my good friend, Carol. Good morning. Everybody say hello to Carol. Yeah. Best 1 out of 5 casts using 12-foot rods. That would be interesting. Yeah, that's what I call high stepping. We got safe ice, and now it's warm, so no safe ice. I don't see myself sitting out there on a ice fishing. Hey, there's Half Century. What's going on, buddy? Good morning. Yeah, I need a haircut and a shave. Look rough. How you been, Half Cent? Carol, how's your morning going so far? Y'all need to watch Carol now. She goes live. You subscribe to her because when she goes live, she goes fishing. She's going after shark, mackerel, uh, tarpon, whatever's out there. I want to see her catch a big shark. They would clean it up. It's so cold this morning, my friend. uh, it's 41 here. It's still 41. I can't believe it. Temperature ain't changed at all. Well, I ain't gonna complain. At least it ain't 15 or 12. It's cold, but it's like that now. I got a limit. I'll fish when it's 32 degrees, but as long as that wind ain't blowing, if that wind starts blowing, I'm out of there. It's gonna get cold quick. But but I have been looking at these clear tents that they use for fishing in the wintertime. I'm ready to just fish. Gotta have to make a trip to Southern Ohio and rip fish. Awesome. I mean, I got to pick one for where the door to where I can stand up every now and then and I can run out of it if the rods go down because some of them doors openings are small and I'm a tall guy. I don't have to have a heater in there as long as the wind's not blowing on me. But I do have a heater. Rustic put up a tent. As long as it's got a tall opening, I can. I do got a heater somewhere. This right here is made for a heater for a tent. I have been deer hunting and had it going in a tent, sleep like a baby, get nice and cozy in there. Carol said, "Hello, Half Century." I got to check to see when my Kentucky license run out. I think they run out in February. I'm not sure. I need to go over there and see if I can catch some more skipjack. Oh, Scotty too hotty. He's at work. He can't go fishing today. I've turned him into a carp fishing machine. Johnny Small Pepper. Listening while he's driving. Will you be safe driving out there, buddy? Carp is not a fish I fish for. I used to eat them when I was younger. Mom used to cook them. She'd catch them, bring home, cook them. They're pretty good. She made like salmon patties out of them, you know, mackerel patties, and they were pretty good. Tastes just like it, but I fish for them because I just like the bite. The bite in that fish is so strong. Just wake up, my friend. Oh yeah, it's underrated. I mean, a lot of people say, well, I don't want to catch another thing or whatever. Well, you can sit on that bank for 12, 14 hours and not get a bite of catfishing if that's what your preference is. But when the catfish ain't biting and you want to catch fish and get the excitement of the fight, carp is always plentiful. They bite year round. They're not finicky. They don't discriminate against that bait. They eat. Carp never stop eating. They are just the vacuums of them, and they never stop eating. Oh, they fight good, man. And there's you have to finesse them because you don't, you'll pull the hook because their mouths are so soft. And you don't want to do that, rip it or anything like that. Catfish fever outdoors. What's going on in here? Well, we was talking about uh some things you should not do on live YouTube show or do. Then we moved on to talk about what I've been doing, Lynn. Change your little icon too. Yeah, Buggy showed something on his live. Didn't ask for a price, didn't put a price out there, not trying to sell or nothing. He just showed it and they zapped him. So he's in the process of trying to work that out. Just living Oklahoma life. And hopefully he get that straightened out. I don't think they prevented him from not going live again for a while, like they did Ernie. So but he's just the type of person like, hey, I did nothing wrong. He got on his live and he was showing he was just showing it, just held it like that and set it back down. Said the name of it. And just goes, like I said earlier, just goes to show you YouTube is monitoring. They watch. I know that they catch certain words. They got programmed certain words that if you say, they'll zap you. That's all he done, and they got him. You catch a monster catfish, my friend. Big one I ever caught, the 50-pound blue. As far as a blue cat, my channel cat, my PB is a 30. That was a nice fish. We ate that one. That was back when I was real young. But yeah, I think what it is in a video, it's probably different, but on a live, it's a no-no. I showed one on Ernie's live, and they shut him down for 7 days. He couldn't even go live for 7 days. I felt so bad about that. Sends you some monsters. You catch monsters, catch big fish, more than I see anybody else doing. A lot more. Used to be a spot here on Mississippi River, man. You can go where catch some big ones, big channel cats, big blues. But you still catch some big blues there. Uh, a lot of big channel cats. And then in the back of the little draw that they dug back here, because they filled the barges up from the granary on the other side, and in the back they put in a plant there. that they haul this powdered stuff in for the mill for Noranda to throw in to melt with the aluminum to make the aluminum billets and stuff. Hey, Rick, how do you cook the catfish, my friend? I flay them out, clean them. I roll them in this batter stuff, and I deep fry them. I want 100-pounders. Everybody does. I've always been the type, I never wanted to get a big, giant, say 60, 70-pound catfish before I caught. I wanted to work my way up. And I jumped from a 20.5-pound blue to a 30 to a 50. I missed a 40. So I'm looking for a 40. I mean, if everyone catch it, I'm not going to turn it down. I'm going to catch it, show it, and weigh it and everything. But I'm still looking for that 40. Whenever I get me a pontoon, I'm going to get back on them flatheads. I'm going to see. I've never tried. I know StreamYard won't work there, but I don't know if YouTube Live will work in that spot. If it does, I'll go YouTube Live. But it's like, we'll just have to wait and see. Have to wait and see because I'm hoping I get me a pontoon next year. I'm going to be looking after the first of the year. I'm definitely going to be looking. And I got my old fishing vans almost paid for. It is right at the finish line. It's almost paid for. And I was thinking about trading it for a truck. But if I can get a pontoon, I can always drive my son's truck, pull it with. He can drive the old van to work. My son done asked me, he said, "You gonna let me use that pontoon?" Now, no, dude, he ain't taking that out. You bring stuff back broke. Misplaced, put a dot in there. What's a dot? Dot, dot, dotcha, dotcha. Roll them up. Morning. Like got a big old catfish on the shoulder there. Either that or he's hugging the girlfriend. I don't know. Like catfish, like a big catfish. Roll up. Man, I'm poor Buggy. She's eating bacon. Hush, young lady. Uh, I don't know. There's so many. Guerrero. Guerrero. You done changed your name? I don't know. Guerrero, I don't see Guerrero. Where's Guerrero? Man, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I've come up with a new game plan when I go after my skipjack this year, that's for sure. As Citrus said, I'm driving and listening. Oh my, it's Josie. What's going on, Josie? You should be out hunting. It shouldn't be that cold. Josie, when I was talking about, you get this little deer call. It's in a green can. It's a little green can. You get the estrus bleat. You want to do that give it about a minute. Do it again. Do it 3 times. Make it real nice and long sounding. And you want to wait about 5 minutes and then do it again. Do it 3, 4 times. And I guarantee if there's a bug around, he's gonna come over and look. Especially if you put out some estrus scent where it's blowing down that ridge line. Well, that goes to show you that deer is moving up through there. Yeah, so that's what I always used. I've never called a buck in with a grunt call. I've got his attention, but I have sat out there and I have with an arrow, bow and arrow, killed bucks, and I'd blow the grunt at them. They either wouldn't stop or they stop and just look around and keep on nose down and keep on going what they're going. As soon as I bust that little can out, they'd stop dead in their tracks and they'd look over that way. Then either they turn and come at me or they'd come around on the backside of me looking in, and I've taken them. And that can's always worked for me. Lost the one I had, and I can't find another one. But whenever I bow hunted, I used that quite a bit. I've been out there loaded on the grunt call and everything like that, and nothing ever showed up. Bring my coffee and breakfast. Awesome. It's my good friend Carol. Is your dog still clean, Carol? That has to be the cleanest dog in that state. She bathes that dog quite regularly. I've tried both and nothing shows up. You got to watch the videos on how to operate that can properly. Once you figure that out, if you go like that, you got to make it. You got to be make it long. I pulled in bucks from a long ways off, blowing that can at them, take it like it's here, fix it to where the echo's not all behind me, it just echoes out with my hand there. Make sure, I'm kind of like bounce off. The only time one came to me was when I was breaking sticks out of the way to shoot a buck, and a buck came in last year. Now, I have been up there one time and had my hand on it, sitting in the tree stand asleep. And I guess I fell asleep, man. I've been there all day. I fell asleep. And it was pointed this way. And there was nobody hunting around. Nobody was out there. I was the only vehicle out there. And I guess my finger got on the trigger and my hand moved. I moved my hand. I guess my glove caught and the gun went off. And I was like, oh shit. I chambered another round. And as soon as I turned around and looked from this direction over here, this buck come busting out. Scared. I changed its direction path. Sometimes that happens. No, I'm not the king of deer hunting. Got my share of deer just like everybody else. Been waiting for Josie to get her deer. Rick. we'll make cornbread later along with banana bread. What? Hello, Ernie Jose. Oh man, I'm telling you, waiting for Josie out there hunting and stuff, and uh, trying to get her a deer, and the squirrels just drive her nuts. Squirrels all over the place. Be some good squirrel hunting up there, that's for sure. Josie is Jose. Next week is my frosted snowflake sugar cookies. Awesome. It sounds good. Not a big fan of sugar cookies, but I have eaten them. They're pretty good. I'm just not a big fan of them. Josie, keep at it. You'll get one. Like the soft, yummy ones in the store. My grandma used to love sugar cookies. She'd dip them in her coffee needle. She loved them like that. Josie, Jose, Joshy, Joshi, Juicy. I have all kinds of names they call me. We'll start calling you Legs. You got legs. Heath cookies. Heath bar cookies are pretty good. I've had them. Do you put any kind of scent out, like extra scent out when you're hunting? Josie's Toesies. By show of hands, who all spent the wee hours of the morning in the hospital because of a badly sprained? You sprained your ankle. 1969. Yep, that's good stuff. I've used Team 69 a lot, and I would take their uh, how do you say it? Tampons, Tampax, or whatever, the one of the two with the string. That makes the best scent holder. Take it out of there with a string, soak that in there, and then hang it up. I've done that in a tree and hung it up, and I had it on the bark of the tree, and then I hung it on it all day, didn't have nothing come in. Next morning, I come out there and I was sitting there looking to see if I needed to re-doctor it back up, and there was fresh deer tracks around the bottom of that tree. And I was like, huh. And I looked up on the tree and there was mud smeared on the tree with a deer like he was trying to smell it. I thought, well, I'll doctor it back up, put it up there, see if he'll come in. Sure enough, he came in. I mean, right before dark, he came in. He was checking it, a little 6 point. Have a brace on it. Whoa, mercy. I hope it heals up quickly. Yeah, it makes for the best. The kind that's in a tube with a string, that makes the best scent holder. Just don't get the ones that scented. Get the unscented ones. That's what I've always used. And I got to go release some of this coffee. Now, Ernie, I sent Miss Chrissy her reel. Apologize if it coming out late. Either I didn't have the funds or I was just having brain farts. Didn't cross my mind. It's my fault, but I sent it out. When she gets it, it's not yours. I sent her the tracking number on it. Boy, they have went up. It was sent it out in a box. Supposed to cost $10. That the box in the mail post office $10. Then they charged me 20 something dollars to send that out. They went up. Well, it's my fault. I should have sent it out a long time ago, a while back. I kept forgetting about it, or I didn't have the funds. Most time I just kept slipping my mind because I had it over there in the crate, and I had this quilt thing laid on top of it, and I'd never seen it. I went through it, and okay, gum, I got to send that out. Where I hunt, I usually see several rubs and scrapes, and hardly any there. I walked all over looking. See, I've seen rubs. I've hunted on rubs. I've hunted on scrapes. I've never had, uh, I've never had, uh, any deer come up on there while sitting on them. Not say that people haven't done it. I have never done it. Yeah, I sent it in a small flat rate box. Oh, you talking about the small thin one? That was the $10 one. Oh, I got confused then. My bad. Uh, I was always a primarily look for fresh trails. I hunt the trail because I know that they're using that trail and something is going to come through there, and it usually always paid off. But I've hunted rubs, I've hunted fresh scrapes, I've doctored up the scrapes, and nothing. When it comes time to the rut, they they'll check them scrapes only if they can't find it to see if a doe's been in there. Uh, but more or less, when it comes time to that rut, they worried about scrapes or rubs. They chase them. They're constantly on the move trying to find that scent. You keep at it, you'll get one. Just make sure you play the wind right. The best scouting I ever done was after deer season. I could see further. I could see a ridge that I couldn't see through the trees, and didn't know that there was a heavily used trail over there. And I thought, well, I almost had a doe at Bismarck Lake, but I don't go there much. I don't like hunting from ground blinds either. I just don't, because you miss so much. Hunt from a ground blind, especially if you got drop offs. That deer could be walking out through there and you never even know it. Hey, Mr. Irvin, good morning. I like to be at least 17 feet off the ground, if not 28 feet off the ground. Uh, I don't use a tree climb no more because my back and my legs just don't. I can't use one anymore, so I use a ladder stand that I build. Which I got to build me another one this year if I'm gonna go next year. 'Cause I'm not trusting that one. It's been up there for like 7 years. Uh, it's known for druggies there, and someone stole my bow target out of the back of my truck, so I haven't went back. I don't blame him. You never know what them fools are gonna do. How you doing, Mr. Irvin? Mr. Mike Irvin. But I want to be able to see over the brush line. That's for sure. If there's like thick green briars or something, and the one walking out behind it, like it's okay, he'll cut right through there. There's an opening. It's the only opening I got. Get ready. We'll pull back. Every single package I ship for Christmas is late by a week or some even longer. Oh, really? There, Mike said he's doing fine. Awesome, Mike. Awesome. Yeah, I've got several big books in here on the walls and stuff like that I've had mounted, and I got lots of antlers in here, and I've got my share of does because I'm a meat hunter. If a doe shows up first and she's a big doe, she's going down. Get my doe, get out of there. Like when I first started deer hunting, I was in my early 20s. Uh, I missed a shot on a buck, and he run off, and he run right into another guy that was in our campground. He shot it. When I got up there, I was telling people about it, and they said, "Come down and look at this one." I went down, that's the one I seen. That's all I missed. I fish at Bismarck Lake and have never had an issue. Yeah, sometimes it don't happen. Sometimes it does, Scotty. I fished a place up there on the lake called Lost Creek. No babies. Right. I'm hungry for a deer. No babies, but does tasteless too. Oh, yeah. I've always been a meat hunter. And if that big boy walks out, I've killed 4 point, 6 point. Uh, I'm a meat hunter. I got 10s, 9s in here. And if they walked out first, they're the first one that got taken. Oh, like I was saying, I fished Pello Bear's place up there called Lost Creek. There's a little ditch that you launch a boat in up there because there's no boat right there. And they say when you back your trailer in to unlaunch your boat, leave your trailer there because they'll try to steal your trailer, which the trailers have been stolen. Yeah, I've seen it. And we always left the trailers in a ditch. And I've been up in there several times, never had no problems, issues. I had a toolbox in the back of my truck that went across the bed against the cab. Well, the little, it didn't lock. The locking things were broke on it, and I never changed them out. And I never left anything in the bed of the truck. I was out fishing, and when you go out, you come around the edge, there's like a bushes out in the water that's tall and real thick. Well, I was catching crappie over jigging down through to catch some good crappie down through there. Well, I limited out. I came back out, loaded up my little John boat because I had a trolling motor on there, and I loaded it up, pulled out of there, tightened it down, didn't think nothing about it, got in the truck, went back to the camper. I sitting there, I cleaned my fish and everything, and went in the camper and knocked on the door. Somebody said, "Hey, do you got a?" They knew I worked on the farm. They said, "Hey, do you got a certain size wrench? I need to borrow a wrench type of deal over here." Yeah. I got it. Popped that hatch, completely empty. They left a pair of booster cables there. That's because one of the ends was off and it was laying up under the toolbox in the bed. And they left the cables there, but they took every wrench, bolt, they cleaned that thing out. And I was just fishing about 40 feet away from my truck on the other side of the bushes where I couldn't see my truck. I heard a truck pull down their vehicle, but I didn't think nothing about it. They was that quiet, and they stole everything. Silly, didn't leave good stuff in the bed of your truck anywhere. That's right. Truck's full of hunting stuff, Scotty. No room. But yeah, I've learned. Now when you go over there, you lock doors and make sure your toolbox is locked up. I've even got to where I put the bolts in from the bottom and put lock nuts on it, double lock nut on it, so they can't take the toolbox. Put a lock on my trailer. When I hitch it up, lock it. They can't take my trailer. I'm just glad they didn't steal my spare tire. It was in the bed of the truck. That was the only thing that was in the bed of the truck. That and a block, concrete block or wood block. Yeah. Some people don't know how to keep their hands off other people's stuff. I've always been a firm believer. If it don't belong to you, don't mess with it. If you find it laying on the ground and there's nobody around, that's a different story. But my deer cart is chained down, or they would have probably took it to. Hey, look, I've got bolt cutters. You better watch out. They see that, they'll cut that chain or that lock. I had a buddy stand. It was a 16-foot buddy stand. And I had a tree lounge tree climber, one of the best ones on the market ever built. Real light. That's what I used. My son, I put that up for my son. We went up there, we chained that dude up to the tree. Heavy chain, big lock, heavy chain. We took zip ties and we went off and cut off some limbs, come back and put limbs, leaves, stuff all over that thing. You couldn't even tell it was sitting there. We come out one day from hunting and we met a guy on logging road as we stepped out of the woods. Usually I'll squat down there behind trees and wait for them people to pass so they don't see where I come out at. But we wasn't even thinking, we was talking, we come out, we left, we said hi to the guy. I guess he walked back here and found it. Because a couple days later we went back here to hunt and we went through there. Because I had to go past him to get to the place where I was hunting. And we got to looking with flashlights. Man, where's that tree stand? It should be right there. Man, I found all they left me was the chain. The lock wasn't even there. They took the lock, left the chain, and took the tree stand. They went out there with bolt cutters and removed the tree stand. Stole it. And I'm like, jeez. And it was on public ground. And we have the right to have that on public ground, but we have to remove it as soon as it's done. That's why I build mine out of treated 2x4s. I can go buy enough treated 2x4s for $60 and build that one I want to use, than go and buying a metal one for like $200 something. I ain't giving them that other one. They won't mess with that 2x4 one. They'll usually climb up there, cut the strap, and push it over to the side of the ground, but you just stand it back up. But they won't bother it. Like I come out there one day and there was a guy sitting in it hunting. I seen him. I didn't see him till I got right up under him and I looked up. He said, "Hey," and I said, "Whoa, what now?" I said, "Well, this is my tree stand, but you're in it. It's on public ground." I told him, "I'll just back out and I'll go somewhere else." And which it paid off. I got an 8-point buck because I went down the road a little ways and there was another ridge down there that funneled down. Deer like come off that ridge, go up that funnel, and go over to the other side. I didn't hear no shooting from where he was at, but I told him, I said, "This is my stand, but I know it's public ground and you're in it and I can't make you get out of it." But it's just common courtesy. People do that. It's not common courtesy. I mean, if you see a stand out there and it don't belong to you, don't go crawl your butt up in it. Unless you see somebody, like a lady gave me I was coming out and from hunting, and this lady climbed out of the stand and she asked if I seen anything. I said, "Yeah, I seen a buck, but I couldn't get a shot on it." She said she ain't seen nothing. I said, well, I'm gonna go to my truck, grab my other bag, and I'm gonna come back there, sit on the ground back here, and wait and see if something comes. She goes, well, you just use my stand, climb up right there and use my stand. Are you sure? Yeah, I might come back out this evening. So I went to the truck, grabbed my bag, had my lunch in it, and I come back and I was sitting there eating lunch. I looked up, a doe come running, and behind her was a nice buck, and I nailed that buck right off her stand. I thought all she had to do was sit there for another 45 minutes and she would have got her a buck because it was over on the river and it's buck only over there. But he was chasing that doe, man. He was jumping across the limbs and stuff, trying to get to her, and she was dunking, going up under stuff. Oh, mercy. Uh, Josie, Josie, Josie. When are you going back out, Josie? Is muzzleloader over yet? Usually around December 12th it starts, I think. I did it all, bow, muzzleloader, and rifle. I like that muzzleloader hunt. That was pretty nice. They say once you shoot, you can't get another shot on another deer. Bull crap. I did. The 26th. Well, there you go. Opportunity. If you want a deer, I guess you got to get the wind in your face and slowly move to a tree, wait for a little bit, and look around. Listen, move to the tree in front of you, stop, look, listen. You got to put that stalk on. You're gonna be out Saturday. See, I've always liked finding a trail, figuring out which way the trail is worn mostly to. And if it's coming down the hill, you'll notice because of the footprints more than going back up. Usually they go up a different way, but they'll come back in the mornings through this way. And on South Trail, and I'll find that trail. I set up on the if there's a ridge and it comes down and there's a draw and then it comes up this side, and I know that trail's cutting across there. I'll set on this far side, make sure I keep the wind in my face. Watch all that to the bottom and that side where I can see down and everything. Well, I don't have a vehicle where I can go fishing. I'll probably wind up watching you deer hunt if you go live. You'll watch me some Josie go live deer hunt. Josie, Josie, Josie. Like I said, I probably won't be doing nothing. My son's got it. He's driving it while his truck gets fixed. It seems like when somebody's going on a vehicle, they come get mine, won't use it till theirs gets fixed or done doing what they're gonna have done to it or whatever. That's why I ain't been out fishing, Josie. I want to go back up trout fishing again. I like catching trout. So far, you don't know my son. When he borrows something from me, it usually breaks. Usually breaks it. Don't believe me? Ask Uncle Lou. Ask Curtis, Eric, Buggy. He borrowed my grill and brought it back. Poured all pieces and float out the back of the truck. Now I got me another one. He wanted to borrow it. No, I don't think so. Speaking of that, catch another pretty day. I'm gonna get out there and clean that grates on that. He borrowed my shop vac. I had that shop vac when I had my bait shop because I used it to. Sometimes I'd forget to leave the water running when I refill the tank, and it would overflow the floor, concrete floor, and I get about a shop vac and I'd vacuum all that water up. I had that thing for a long time. He borrows it, never seen him again. Well, I brought that back. Said, dude, it's not here. You did not bring that back. When he borrowed my power tools, I tell you, where you gonna be at? You better bring it back as soon as you get done with it. You bring it right back. Really? Supposed to be 60. We better hurry up and get there because I want to show it came up to 42 degrees. It's been the last couple of days have been nice, but that wind's been blowing. Man, that wind blows. I noticed one farmer, he cut down 8 tree lines off the farm, cut them down, got stumps out, piled them up, burn them. Just so he could put in some extra rows there. 57 for a high. That's pretty good. And then one day he was up here at the store up here at Red Coffee, and I heard him complain about how high the winds are. They can't spray chemical. And I said, well, when you cut out all the tree lines, you ain't got no room to complain. You and the other farmers created this mess by cutting out all these tree lines along this river basin. And whenever the winds come across, they don't float across the top. They come up through here, they hit the trees on the other side of that river, along that river, they blow right through here. That wind blows hard. Didn't used to be that way. That's why we don't get the snow we used to get. I remember going to school, being in high school and junior high and stuff. We get a lot of snow in December. The news said 57. All right, Rat Rod. Appreciate you, buddy. You have a good day. Well, Josie, it's like on our floodway ditch out here. It had trees on both sides, big, beautiful standing trees. There was a couple of eagles' nests. Turkey started breeding out there, and they had coyotes and stuff, but we started to get turkeys. Plenty of deer out there. People deer hunting along that. They went out there. The Corps of Engineers went out through there because the Little River drainage. Farmers complained that the trees right there, and they can't turn equipment around. I don't know what the crap is. They was gonna dig it out. They didn't dig it out. They just evened the bottom. That's all they done. They got high spots. But instead of doing it from one side, they cut the trees down on both sides, barren. They cut down the 2 trees that the eagle's nest was within, and you don't see no turkey out there no more. You hardly see a deer out there. And they did that up pretty good, much the floodway ditches, when they could have done it from one side, but they decided to cut trees down on both of them. Morning, Lance. Yeah, it's sad. But, it's like every time I go to Branson up through there, there's more and more trees cut down up there. People going up there cutting more and more trees down to put cows on. And they cut trees down on some of them hills are straight up and down like that. And they cut all the trees off there. Why? You can't harvest grass off of it because it's too steep. You can't get tractors up there to cut it, bale it, whatever. Why do you do that? Cows can't walk up, it's too steep. Yep, why? Now, they don't care about the wildlife. It's taxpayer money. They got to spend it in order to get more to go to other places that don't need it. It's all about the money. Greed. It's like we got a guy here that lives in Nashville, owns one of the biggest buildings in Nashville, extremely rich. He owns a lot of farmland around here that he rents out. And they can only grow cotton on it. That's it, nothing else. And he's the head of the Little River Drainage around here board. And I tell people, why you listen to him for? He don't need to be on that. He lives in Nashville. Government doesn't want wildlife to live because we the people are underfishing. All right. Like there's 3 or 4 locations up down at Mississippi River that they unload this powder stuff and fertilizers, and they, instead of going in there using a auger system that moves, they got the crane that goes in there and picks that stuff up. They bring it over, they drop it all in that water and stuff. You know, the water's gonna get contaminated. Did you see where they're going to take part of the CWD gun season out now? No, I never heard of that one. I know they put more counties in for that. I know they got, used to be, you'd see it on the maps that it was all northern Missouri that was in the counties was darkened in for that. Now it's all down here in the south. There's only like a couple of counties down here that don't have that. I keep seeing stuff about it. I ain't seen nothing about that. It's like in Pembroke County, I think they extended the days in the CWD counties, the gun season for people to get their deer. And they did that in Pembroke County because my brother didn't see a deer until a couple days afterwards. The gun season actually ended, but in them counties they extended the time, and he finally got him one. It was a nice 7-point, I think it was 7, 8-point, can't remember. Then he called and tells me, he said, do you think that place up Dexter will mount this deer for me? Nope. Why not? I said, because when you had that doe mounted, you didn't go pick it up. I said, so he'll probably remember you. He wanted that doe mounted because it was his daughter's first youth hunt. I think she was 14, 15 maybe. And that was the same year Bristol got that big 9 that's sitting over there. He got it. She shot a doe, and he was going to have it mounted for her, and then he never went to pick it up. He didn't want to pay the $450 to pick up the deer that he had mounted for him. Dude, I took my granddaughter youth hunt first time. Somebody else took her. They didn't see nothing. The first time I took her, this big 9 walked out, and she popped that dude, and I went and had it mounted for her. As a matter of fact, I'll show you what that big 9 looks like. Go to settings, go camera, go here, go back. That's what that big 9 looks like. Got white tips. Big 9-point. Got some tall tines on it. Isn't that pretty cool? That's what the other side of my office looks like. Bam, we're back. They might fire 3 to 5 deer. We'll see if they test their opening weekend in the county. Yeah, that's a big 9. Got a crack claw on one side. Perfect almost perfect. Yeah, yeah, it's got a chocolate rack with white tips. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 white tips. You can tell when they rub on hardwood and when they rub on pine. But yeah, it's got a chocolate colored rack on it. It's dark. Like this one I got up here, this big 10 I got right up here, it's got a broken tine underneath the bottom where it had a drop tine on it. You ever have one with the acorn tip? Those look so cool. Yeah, that would be where hold on a second. I was fixing to sneeze there for a minute. I don't know what you're referring to as an acorn tip. It's in a lot of crab claws, but when they got this little bug gets in when they're in velvet and the antlers are real soft, it burrows in there and it causes a knot in there. And sometimes those look like acorns. But once he sheds his velvet and the antlers get hard, it kills that bug. But unless that bug comes out before. But that's usually what puts the knots in the antlers. Like that deer up there's got one like that where he was doing some rubbing on one of his brow tines. He's still brow tines that tall, but that much of it on top is skinny, the bottom is bigger because he was rubbing that dude, boy. But it's got a big knot halfway down. They hit their horn when it was growing, still when it was still growing, it gets a neat pointy tip. I don't know. That up there's got his G2 up there. It's got a long tine on it, and the very tip of it's broke off where he's rubbed. But all the rest of them are perfect tips. About a 12, 13-inch rear tines on his G3s. Got pretty decent mass. Even the taxidermist guy, he said, this is a nice looking rag. Okay. I've got them to where they injured them when they started growing and they broke them and they fell down and they kept growing. And it grew like that. My son's got one when he shot his on the first time he went out and used hunt. He got him a buck and the antler comes down and comes around wrapped around his face like this. And it was broke, but it still kept growing. Look it up. My next door told me that's what it's called. Cool. But Carol went live. Awesome. My fan, Carol. Look it up. I've seen all kinds of something wrong with rags, what they look like, had the bumps and everything. Oh no, they all give a distinct character about it. Looks pretty good. Yeah, could you imagine walking around where your antlers grow like it's right here, and it's all got like half your face covered. Ah, rags are all about the same, but usually every one of them has their own pattern. Something about them. Like that right there's got a crab claw. This right here's got dual crab claws on it. And it's got The G4s on it are real tall, and the G3s are real tall. Then on the very end, where the other four are sitting out, they're like crab claws. Oh, I gotta go release some coffee. Go out Saturday, probably. Let's see what I got. Joe said my husband has a nice buck he got when he was a boy. Told GPA it was a 24 more. He was kind of a little bumps on the horns. Yeah, if it's not 1 inch or longer and holds a ring, yeah, you can't count that. Even a half inch, you can't count. It's got to be 1 inch or longer. I never hunted for the rack. I let the same 14-point walk 3 times. Took a couple of his offspring though. Hey, I'm like, if that 14-pointer is the first one that walks out, it's just by chance. Rack's a bonus, but I want that meat. If a doe walks out first, she's a had duck. If I can get, I want the meat. Hell, if a little 4, 5-point, 6-point comes walking out first, I'm shooting my deer, get the meat, I'm going home. I know you want the most meat you can get, but and I have sat out there the whole year, and right at the end of it, close time, last day of muzzleloader, killed a nice 6-point. The only deer I seen the whole time. I try to let the spikes walk, and if it's a little 3-point, mostly 4s, I'll let them walk. But if it's a 6 or something like that, I'm definitely going to take him. But I have taken 4s and 5 points. 20 yards away, you didn't take him. I hear that, Josie. This one I got hanging above me, this 10-point up here, it walked out across the ridge and stopped broadside. I had a 30-30, and I shot at that dude. I know I hit it because it jumped and it run behind me, jumped the old dry creek bed, and then stopped. And I thought, he's going to go down right there. I couldn't get a shot on because it was too thick. Second shot. Next thing I know, he turned and he walks right up under my stand and just stops. Oh, that's a gift horse right there, boy. 5 shots later, he finally went down. I hit that dude 6 times before he went down. He was a big deer. Yeah, I'm not shooting a fawn with spots and stuff like that. And you can more or less tell, even after they lose their spots, if they're following a big doe, I won't shoot the babies. A lot of times I've had does walk up, had fawns with it. I wouldn't take the doe. I just let them go and do their thing. And I just wouldn't take them because they're teaching that baby how to survive. I'll use a 30-30 gold trigger marlin. That's what I hunted with for years before I got my 270. Then I sold my 270 a couple years ago. But that deer was, that deer was that wide across the back. He was big, big body, big body. But it point blank right up under my stand. I was 28 feet up, 26 feet up a tree. And he right up my stand, and he never moved. He just pow, twitch. Just twitch. And I'm, man, this dude's a tank, boy. And then when he fell, he laid there for a minute, and then he tried to get back up again. I got up on the front leg, and trying to get back up, and finally he fell over. I'm like, I guess such a tough boy. Oh, it was. Oh, it was. I want to say it was there were some guys coming out hunting that was way down from me down yonder. And he was chasing a doe, he was. And that doe come through there real fast. Gone. He come down through there and stopped because he was trying to locate the scent. Hey, Skura. Dr. Good morning. And he stopped. I said, well, there's because I seen that doe. I had a bead on it. That doe wouldn't stop. I thought, I ain't shooting at a running deer. And then I had this catch movement over here. Look, he come across the ridge, stop. Just dropping in to show some support before I start my routines. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. I could take y'all to a spot in Texas. You'd be shocked at all the monster bucks in the subdivision. I had to drive there to get to my spot in the national forest. Oh, Texas got a lot of big deer, small body deer, but there are a lot of big rags. The last one I got fell over backwards trying to climb a hill. His horns were stuck in the ground, head straight up in the air. Yeah, I've had that happen. Yep, I've had that happen. I tell you what, I'm so ready to go to Indiana to pan for gold. It's not funny, man. I mean, I'm so ready. I am so ready to get up there and try to pan for some gold, man. I am in January, February, I'm buying a high banker sluice box and I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna pan for a little bit, see if I can find something. I'm just gonna run. I'm hoping so. I was excited to see how many points I wish I got a picture. Why you got pictures? And there were like hoodlums hanging out on the corner across the road in front of me, literally stop at the road and look at me. I could do that up at Branson. You'd be going up through there and the back roads to get around. And there's trees and woods everywhere, houses, shows, buildings, stores, and all that. And these deer would just cross right in front of you, stop, look at you like, I got a runway here. Yeah. And what we call logging roads here is through the woods and stuff. Out there, I forgot what they call them, Severos or something like that, or Senderos or whatever. Anyway, they got paths out through the thickets out through there. And I've seen them drop feed out there, and all these deer all of a sudden just come out of nowhere. They got a blind setting up at the end. With his horn stuck in the ground. I shot one time. I had to get it out of the tree. Over the tree standing there, had one limb sticking off about 6.5 feet up, maybe. And when I popped him, he jumped over backwards, and his antlers caught on it, and he was just hanging there. I'll let him sit there. I wouldn't go down. He might kick me because he kicked for a little bit, and then he finally quit. Well, that's easy field dress. Wish I got a picture of that one. He hung in the tree. You ever seen one do a backflip? I got one that's he's a weird deer when a doe come out, and I was hunting a place that was buck only over in Tennessee. And I get a doe during a bow and muzzleloader, but during rifle is buck only. And I seen this doe come out, and she's standing there. I sent her watching her, and then she looked over her shoulder. I thought, oh, you just messed up. I looked back behind her, and I could see this deer standing there. I could see the rack in the limbs. I thought, oh, that's you messed up, lady. You just told me your boyfriend's back behind you. We literally had a guy in his backyard blasting his radio and banging on trash cans. He called Mr. Green Jeans and he got the ticket for disturbing hunters. Oh yeah. And I'm sitting there and I turned that 30-30 on him. And I'm sitting there looking like, come on out so I can see. Let's get a shot on you there, bud. It was cold. It was up there on that river on Tennessee and it was cold. Oh my God, it was cold. Well, the doe walked up about 8 more steps and he walks out. When he walks out, I see his perfect shot. I see his belly. Belly was like that far from the ground. Big belly on him. I thought, this dude's been out there in that soybean field eating all night or something. And I seen he had a little rack on his head. He was big body deer. So I popped him. He runs right behind me and he's facing away from me. I'm like this and he's behind me facing away. I turned around. I looked. I beat on him. I fired again. He's on the other side of the thicket. I don't know if I hit him the second time, but I did the first time. And then all of a sudden he does a backflip, lands back on his feet and falls down. I waited a little bit and I got down and I seen he had 8 cannibal points. And then he had right here, his 2 main beams were broke smooth off. He had all these 8 growing another rack out of his head. Weirdest thing. I thought, man, I wish he'd had them on there. That would have been unique as crap. Hey, subscribe to Josie. Awesome. Josie's a good gal. She loves to fish and hunt. Hey, Hoosier, what's going on? Good morning. But yeah, it's I've seen him do some weird things. The best one I ever done was I shot a 6-point, a big bodied 6. He's the only deer showed up all day. It was getting close to noon. He's the only one showed up. And I popped him out there in front of me. He runs right up under my stand, runs straight up to the logging road that I walked in on, and my truck was on the other side of that logging road. And he fell over 30 feet from my truck. That's an easy drag right there. I'd drag you uphill. I have seen one over in Tennessee. It still had velvet on there. And I said, well, that's a nice buck. It's about, I think it was like an 8-point. That's a nice buck, but what's all the velvet still on her for it? He said, or the legs on me, he said, it's a doe. She didn't know what she was doing. Whoa. First one I ever seen like that. Aphrodite, Morphodite, or something like that. That's the only one I've ever seen. Everybody's out there looking at that deer. He said, I knew something was right when he had a little bitty head. Long nose, little bitty head. I've never been a fisherman or a hunter, but I'll hunt some black sand and fish out some gold. I'm going to try this spring when the water's warm up a little bit. As long as they ain't got no flooding up there. You know, you got them rains going to be coming in and flooding everything. So I might have to wait till January, February, March, April, May, around June, something. And I'm going to go hunt for some gold, that's for sure. And up around that part of the country, they said you might find some gemstone. I don't know. Be cool if it did, though, wouldn't it? So I'm gonna make sure I take me a real fine mesh. What recommended mesh would you recommend size for keeping small gemstones that you can sift out? That's one thing I ain't figured out. I want to find gold too. I don't know where to start. How far are you from the Missouri River? The banks of the Missouri River's got it. some creeks up around your area should have it too. Won't Scotty try to find some creek beds up there that's got no water running through it? Get some little gravel spots, some rounded stones. And you got that combination, you might have some. That's where I'm going up in northern Indiana. But I need to know the mesh size. What kind of Russ, have you seen the lures I've been painting lately? No. I didn't know you use paint lures. That'd be interesting. But I'm going to take, I need to know the mesh size. You know, the pan you got when you can mesh it down a little bit finer. What do you recommend? I mean, I got one with bigger ones that I get the bigger rocks out of. But as far as working it down to where it's more finer stuff, get the smaller rocks out. Before I process it, so I can go through the rocks to see if there's any little sapphires or rubies or diamond or topaz, stuff like that. Kind of lures been painting there, Lance? It's fun, Josie. It's fun to do. I mean, sit there and just find some. That's awesome when you pull something like that out of the ground. I mean, you're not gonna get rich doing it unless you're there 10 hours a day, every single day, and you're gonna wind up after about 6 months, maybe have a couple ounces, 3 ounces. I don't know if I need the 100 mesh, the 60 mesh, which is smaller. Dave, if you're not a sub to A3 Sky Warrior, sub him. Rich is a good guy. Ron of Indiana Creek Prospecting, Ron F Prospecting. I watch a lot of from Indiana up there. And Ron F Prospecting sounds familiar, and Brian does too. Crankbaits, jerkbaits, spooks. They're upper Indiana. That's cool. I'm gonna be up around Butler County. I think that's what it is, Butler County. There's a gold camp up there, Cottonwood Trails, something like that. We'll be up around that area. I'm ready to report it. You go mushroom hunting? No, but when I go up, like I said, I'm gonna get me that sluice box. I'm gonna get me a hot maker sluice box. Uh, and I'm just gonna process as much as I can in a few days and bring home the goods and they go through it here. And I have seen them mushrooms out there in the woods up there at Walpella, but I've never tried to pick them. I wasn't really sure, but I have seen pictures and I know what they look like, but I just don't pick them. Hoosier. Yo, what Hoosier say? I don't know what Hoosier say. What Hoosier say? Josie's left for some reason. But I hope Aunt Morel's up here. Somebody sent me something. I don't know what it is. Picture of something. Oh, it was held for review. Well, unheld it. What did he say? Must be a certain word in there that YouTube don't like. He gets held in review a lot. He's funny though. YouTube held my comment. I didn't get no notice or nothing on it. Oh, that was you, Lance? That's your number? I'll check them out. He said, just bat my eyes, some sucker will buy me gold. That's what he said. Oh, loser. Have y'all seen the luminaries here lately? She's been doing a lot of fishing, trout fishing. Anytime I go in there, she's eating while she's trout fishing. He just said, I bet my eyes. It's like this necklace right here. Damn, I thought I gave you my new number. No, I ain't. I must still have your old one. It's like this gold chain right here. It's real thin, but I don't think it's real gold because it don't have no numbers or nothing on that right there. I'll get a magnet on it and see if it's magnet sticks to it. If it does, I know it ain't no good. It's for a small neck. It's not very big. I just watched, yeah, on that top water. Yep. Them trout were hungry. I've seen her live. Not me. I might be looking for my gold digger, but you're going to dig your own gold. Well, when I go, I am going to be staying a few days. I'm going to try to stay a few days up there because I do want to come back with at least a couple of grams if I can. It's only like $100 something a gram, I think, what it is. But I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna keep going because I think it takes 28 grams to make an ounce. And that's almost 28 trips. It'd take me 4 or 5 years to get all that. Time I get an ounce, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make about $4 grand. I'll need to be like $200. Crap, I should have sold it years ago. I watched videos of how they do it. Learn everything on YouTube now. Yeah, good. You need time in the spot. Yeah. Oh, I still go over to Mississippi River. I still look down them banks that the river's washed out, them high cliff banks over there, and I look. 31.3 grams. Okay. I thought it said 28 to make an ounce, but a troy ounce. Yeah, you learn anything from YouTube. Well, I could see one lure there. Can't wait to look at them lures. Lance, you gonna sell them lures or you just paint them just to be painted? I know my ex-wife had enough white gold jewelry to keep her for the rest of her shad smelling like. I've got gold in this old pill bottle right here. And people say, well, you got started on there. Well, I got some gold in here. And I have found this. Found this gold ring. It's 10 karat. Gold ring right here. The jewel stone's missing out of it. I found that digging around in my yard out there. I'm like, what the heck is that? Then I found this right here, this real thin gold bracelet. I think it's a 10. I had to get the magnifying glass out and look at it again, but I'm gonna sell them. But if I get enough gold, I can melt that down with it. If you start learning some geology and topography, it will assist you greatly in prospecting. I know, I think they got an app you can download. You take a picture of a leaf and it tell you what that tree is or bush or whatever. I think they have one for rocks too, that you take a picture of a rock and it tell you, but the topography, and I'm still learning that, how things have formed and moved around and which way the water be flowed. I was sad about that divorce until I saw this lake house for sale, and I was like so sad, but I gotta go. See, Josie, that's one thing I want to do. I want to go metal detecting. Uh, but I won a metal detector off of Temu. Can you believe that? This is what is that? Now it comes with a handle. This thing ain't but like 2.5 feet long. And it's got the deal here. Takes a 9-volt battery. It flips up. It's got a digital screen on it. I got to get another battery for it. You can fine tune it, turn it off and on, loudness, fine tune it. And it works good. It works good. I took this. I took the little short handle off of it. And somehow or another, there's something missing and I can't find it. Put the whole handle on. So I glued this on here. This PVC right here to make it for my height, where I ain't got to be stooped over. And that thing works pretty great for being off Temu. And I won it. I couldn't believe it. Google Lens tells you everything about the picture. I need to check into that then. I take mine to the river and find lures. But yeah, that'd be good for that. I learned a lot from his videos. Prospector Jess. I think I've seen it. Well, I'll check that one out. That's what I'm gonna do with that right there, Josie. I'm gonna take it over to the river. If there's some rock bed over there, I'm gonna look through it because I have one over and I found 15 sinkers over there, and I know there's gonna be more. Because a lot of people fish that spot, they get hung up a lot there. But I'm gonna take that over. I'm gonna throw me a piece of lead down on the bank. I'm gonna set my deal, and then I'm gonna pick my lead up, put it in my bucket, and I'm gonna look. He covers lots of states for finding gold. I need to go back out, take my I need to get me a good metal detector, a good one. And I need to go out to Arizona and I got family live out there in the desert and Quartzsite. And I need to go out there because there's several places out there that there has been gold found. And I'd like to go out there and search with a metal detector, just goofing off. I got a friend that lives in Portsville. Well, between here and Gideon. And he goes out to Arizona every year prospecting for gold every year. He finds quite a bit. Not enough to get filthy rich on, but he finds. I found a burger chef or Chef Burger Point in my yard, whatever Hardy was before. It says 5 cents off for a free cheesy burger. Damn. What was Hardy's before it was Hardy's? I can't think of. There's one in Kennett. They closed it down. Uh, what was that Hardee's? They had some of the best burgers. And Hardee's took it over, and they over time they went to. Yep, I'm going there a lot in Arizona. I usually catch the Gold Show there in February, but no dollars to go this time. I watched a lot of that. Just Ask Jeff. I don't know if you've seen that one or not. You probably have. Around here, Hardee's took over the burger chefs. They never had burger chefs here. Wasn't Hardee's, Roy Rogers before? Now I can't think of it, but somebody probably had to Google it. What was Hardee's before Hardee's? How you do it? Lance says Hardee's always been Hardee's. No, it was called something else. Had a star. The sign out front, it was a star. Uh, Hardee's still got the star because it's the logo, but it was something else. Yeah, when Hardee's first came in, they owned this one, and then they started buying out this other one. They changed the name, all of them to Hardee's. Carl's Jr. That's it. That was Hardee's before Hardee's. And then Hardee's came up and closed the Carl Jr.'s and changed the name to Hardee's. Yeah, he does a lot of out west gold prospecting and stuff, and very knowledgeable about what he does. I don't know where at out west, if he's in New Mexico or wherever he's at, but he's somewhere out west. Yeah, Carl Jr. Carl Jr. Man, I remember eating him when I was a teenager, a younger guy. And it was good food. Big thick burger, man. That meat was like that. Good stuff. Nevada, is that where he's at? Nevada? He does a lot of dry prospecting, rocks, stuff like that. Uh, let's go. That gets annoying as hell after a while. Let's go. Ain't that what he said? Let's go. Every time he switches, let's go. He's doing something. Let's go. Crazy. But he's smart. He's smart. I worked at Hardee's when I was in high school. That was back when their food was okay and they were somewhat busy. Yeah, nowadays you go look through there and you don't hardly see a vehicle at Hardee's. You know, because they're so high. Man, they're high priced. Yeah. See, I think Hardee's bought into Carl's Jr., then eventually took over Carl's Jr., bought them out, and then changed everything to Hardee's. And then as far as the Burger Chef, I've never ate. I didn't even know that existed. Burger Chef. I never heard of it. Because up in Kennett, I haven't been there in about in a good while, but there was a restaurant up there. It still says it on the sign, the restaurant Carl's Jr., but they haven't been open in years. And I don't even think they have a Hardee's there anymore. They don't even have a Hardee's there. Because I used to stop there in Kennett at that Carl's Jr. It was good food. Nothing nastier than folding eggs with a hangover on a Saturday morning. Folding eggs. Nothing nastier than folding eggs with a hangover on Saturday morning. Roy Rogers chicken. Nothing nastier than folding eggs on a hangover on Saturday morning. How the hell do you fold an egg? A skillet or something? Oh, eggs for the biscuit sandwiches. Okay, I got you. Yeah, they all became Hardee's. Now we got a Hardee's in Malden. McDonald's will be backed up on the road, man. The people during the lunch hour and stuff, they're constantly busy, constantly busy. You drive down the road, Sonic, right next to Hardee's. There's Sonic. They're busy, busy. You look over at Hardee's, there's usually one or two vehicles sitting there, and that's the people who work there. That's about it. Every night there's somebody drive through there. It's because, man, they're high. You go get a burger, just a burger, fries, and a large drink, and it's like 12, $15. And I like Hardee's burgers, but man, that's a lot of money. Sonic is dag nasty. Uh, this Sonic up here, they had cleaned up their act. Uh, they had a couple of, they've always hired dopies, and they had a lesbian manager, which is fine if that's what she wants to be. I got against that. But she had her girlfriend working up there, and they was caught making out back in the back. Then they got roaches, and they got shut down. But not very long, and they cleaned up their act. So they started back doing real good. No, Carl's Jr. is Carl's Jr. Hardee's are the same company, just different parts of the country. Yeah, there is some Carl's Jr.'s that's still open. And if they were hot lesbians, they can make way more money on their own. They wasn't hot. Trust me, they wasn't hot. The food got bad. It sucked. And that's bad. I used to like going through there when I went to the lake and go fishing. I'd always stop and get the breakfast egg and cheese bacon sandwich. Man, that was always good. And it just, the food quality sucked. I mean, it's a lot better now. But I told y'all, who's your man? He'll make you laugh. And when they can do what they want to do, but don't do it at a place of business. Now the Sonic up at Dexter is a good one. That's a good one. The one next to the banks, doctor's offices. That's a good. They got a gas station and across the road, and uh, well, it's actually, yeah. And there's a McDonald's on the other side, and they do a lot of business. They got good breakfast sandwiches. Mushroom Swiss burger. I guess I haven't had that. Hey, there's Mr. Alvin Lewis. How you doing, Alvin? So we had to pre-cook the burgers or Hardee's, and then we put them in a pan of water to soak until they were ordered. Then we would go slap on the grill with the press on them for a few seconds. I've never worked in a McDonald's or a burger industry like that. I worked at KFC in Florida. And the only thing nasty was about that was the floor because it gets greasy during the day. So we had to constantly mop. But other than that, they seem to be cooked the same way my mom would cook stuff, except she'd cook it in a skillet and they would put theirs in a sealed deep fryer deal, like a pressure fryer or something. Push the button, when it goes ding, you pull it out. Yeah, KFC is greasy. That floor is bad greasy. We got to where we take a few steps and slide to do whatever we need to do, slide to that spot. I think I worked there. I think I worked there about 3 months. Then I moved back to Missouri, got out of there. Ceramic floor, yeah. but we mop. Everybody take turns mopping, unless you work the front up there. You didn't have to, but at that time they didn't have a drive-through. There was no drive-through on that. You had to come in. Hey, squirrel. Morning. Oh, Scotty remembers them old walk-in restaurants. You'd have no drive-throughs. He's that old. I remember a day we had to put our order on a carrier pigeon and send it downtown. Said our night out eating on the town is, honey, hitch up the wagon. We're going town. Oh, you didn't answer me on the mesh size to get the fine stones out. What kind of mesh should I use for that? What mesh size? 100, 60? I need it small enough to where it grab like the gemstones or something like that. That's after I get the big rocks out. Said Alvin Lewis, good morning. Everybody said morning, Alvin the squirrel. Video seems a little fishy. What? What? Huh? Clarify that, Hooter. What do you mean? Video seems a little fishy. Hey, we're having a heat wave. We're up to 45 now. Oh yeah. Y'all get tired looking at all this sexiness, I'm telling you. I agree with you there, Josie. Getting hungry. Gold classifications. I'm trying to figure out what mesh size I need to get to once I take the big rocks out and then I start running my stuff. I want to classify it again down to smaller stuff. And then run my stuff. Yeah, like you get the little screens, classify the big rocks out, then the screen down till you get to the smaller stuff, and you can search through it to see if there's any gemstones in there. I'm having trouble figuring out the sizes. Stonefly. More stonefly. Stone. Uh, let's see here if I can find. Okay, here's a bead right there. In my fingers, a little bead. You know what I'm saying? A little bead. I want to be able to get down to this size, capture stuff this size, and still let the pay dirt and stuff go through it. That's just a little bead. So where you will only be allowed 100 skips next year. And Kentucky. If it's 100, it's throughout the state. Quarter mesh. It's very hard to get the pay dirt through the screen. See, I want that stuff to go through, but I want to catch that little bead. The little bead. The bead is 4 mesh. Yeah, because it's not very big. I don't want one that'll capture BBs. You know what I'm saying? If a BB got put in there, a BB gun, BB. I don't care if it captures that or not. The sign's bigger, so that way I can go up to the little rocks and look and see. I do. I need to take one of those because they said they have gemstones up in that area. So quarter, yep, that's what Stonefly said. Quarter mesh. Oh look, I might be able to make me one. I think what I have out there is 3/8 mesh. It lets all the gunk go down to the bottom and pulls out all the big rocks. Wish I still had my 4-inch dredge. See, that's the problem I'm gonna have when I go up there. There's a lot of them that run them 3-4 inch dredges, and they get down that water with full blown body suits, and they suck that bottom up clean down through there. So I'm gonna have to find a place that hopefully nobody's been through, but after every rain, they say it spreads out. Yeah, they got the same ones on Temu too. The 5 classifiers. I made one for my 5-gallon bucket, put it in the water, fill the bucket of water, and put that down. It's the bucket. It fits around in the bucket, and don't have no handles, no. But I made one, and I can sit there and sift it, get all the big rocks out. I have a gold pan, but no painter to put in it. Squirrel, I can't remember. Where do you live at? Squirrels are the chicken rats, tree rats, sticking other trees. Yeah, that's a duck. Duck is a water chicken. I'm thinking of selling my dredge. It's a King 4-inch. Man, that thing's ain't cheap. I looked at the prices on them. I don't want to go into that big scale like that right there. I just want to go up there. Uh, just find me there's a high bank sluice box high banker that's like 300 and something dollars. Comes with a mats and everything. I'm just wanting to get it. Just go up there and Pennsylvania. There's gold in Pennsylvania too. I don't know why you ain't panning. Just have something to do. It'd be fun. But I want to go up there and do some panning and find if I can find 10, 20 specks of gold in a pan or something, just start shoveling that out. And then do about 20, 30 shovels, clean out my sluice box and do another 20, 30, bring home the concentrates and go through them here. My goal is to bring back at least 5 buckets full. What kind you have, Stonefly? I can't remember what this one was. I don't remember if it was the Gold Hog or uh, that I found. King. That might be one I found too. It's just a high banker, and it was 300 and either 69 or 96. I can't remember. Yeah, I got a bilge pump, a brand new, and it's for a boat that pumps water out of the boat. I got one of those that I'm going to run the water through that. You know them hoses that expand, they can roll up real small, and you put water through it, it expands. I might get one of those, it'll be longer, easier to fold up. Get a Venturi for high banker, and you can use as a dredge. Man, them Venturi, man, I'm not looking for a dredge. I'm not getting that big a scale of doing something like that. But it's taking a more or less. I'm just gonna go up there and enjoy myself. Then I have to go way up north of PA to do some panning gold. Oh, you must live way up down the south part of it. You been finding anything good with your magnet lately? Up in my van, I got my gold pan in the van. If I got a bucket, classifier for the big rocks. Yes, a combo of high banker / dredge. And someday I might get one of them weed eater type motors with that little pump on there and do something like that with that. But I don't know anything about that dredging stuff. I just want to be able to get some shovelfuls and put them in that. Just let it wash them. I got a aluminum sign out here. It says 55-mile-an-hour speed limit. I might take and bend it, make another one for the bottom of it, put on there if anything else goes down through there. But good time to find some arrowheads while dredging at high banker. Those are usually the 2 to 3 inch variety. I was told up in Indiana, if we found anything like that, arrowheads or something like that, we have to put them back in the water. We can't keep them. Too good to keep them. I watched some videos where some people had they found a nice arrowhead. The tip was broken on it, but it was nice. You could see it perfectly. And he said, I'm going to set this over, take pictures, then I got to put it back in the water. Whether he did or not, I don't know. He didn't show him doing it, but he said they couldn't keep them. I found an old Dodge Ram magnet fishing scrapyard. Yeah, I'm learning a lot by watching them guys on the videos. Uh, Bogus, Jeff, Fire Gold Wizard. Of course, he's mainly up there. They same thing that everybody else doing. He's up there on Lake Superior, I think. The Glacier Gold Hunter, people like that. Mud Stompers is a good channel to watch. They fish a lot of arrowheads. I don't care to find anything like that. Uh, if I was with somebody who liked them or something like that, I'd give them them. Here, you can have an arrowhead. I ain't got use for it. But it's like anything else. You got to find a market for it to sell it, and then might not even sell them in. I don't even know if I got it still in here or not. It's up there, Wapapello up there. They clear cut a bunch of stuff to put campsite in. And I don't even think it's in there. I don't know if it's here somewhere. Find it later. But I don't know where it's at. But it's a round stone. It's like an axe head type deal. But anywho, appreciate you guys for coming in. I'm gonna try to check out of here. I got things I got to go do. So I'm gonna cut out. Back got to unload feed. Ernie, come in about to shut her down. But I'm gonna cut out. I appreciate y'all coming in and hanging out. Just keep watch out for me because you never know. Because we're gonna do some prospecting for gold stuff here on this channel too. So we're gonna see how that goes. Because anything I get from YouTube, I am putting back into this. So appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good day. Have a good hump day. And then I will probably live tomorrow if I got the hours. So, yeah, everybody take care. Bye, everybody.